Well, the time has almost come for me to leave England. We meet in the lobby of the Kenton House Hotel, Bob, Jane, Fred, myself, and we're soon going to check out of the hotel and head to a nearby airfield where Bob is going to fly down to Gatwick Airport. That piece of artwork you see there is, well, you'll just have to figure it out what it is yourself. Back to the trip. We're out front. We're going to load up. We're going to meet Bob's lovely wife, Judy, who's going to drive one of the cars while Bob drives the other and takes our luggage to the airport. And here we go. Quite a challenge driving on the left side of the road. I like to try it, but very carefully. There's Bob's beautiful Jaguar, and we're on our way. Sometimes you meet the strangest people at a stoplight. Well, perhaps we didn't drive quite that fast, but we went pretty fast. That Jaguar speedometer was sitting around 90 most of the time, and that's not kilometers, that's miles. How would you like to drive 90 miles an hour on the wrong side of the road? But sorry we didn't have more time to visit London and show you some of the big city itself. But we always hope there's another time and another place. There are many good roads in England, and believe me, that train's about the only thing that passed us. I think he's doing about 130. They call the big highways motorways. And there's that Jaguar sitting on about 85. And, of course, while we're streaking down the highway, Fred's in the back catching flies. I guess that's what he's doing. A very quick and speedy turn-off. And we're on the side road heading towards the aerodrome. Yes, that was another roundabout. Leavesden Airport was built during World War II, and now it serves as a base for General Aviation of England. We're going to park our cars and then get on board 81877 again for our final flight down to Gatwick Airport. You have to admit that Commander 690 looks mighty good there. Here we are. We're all prepared for a trip loading up. It's a bright, clear, windy, brisk morning, and we're going to fly over downtown London, a special treat. As we taxi out, we pass the Rolls Royce plant. Running onto the runway, we'll soon be climbing out in a nearly 3,000 foot a minute climb and heading south towards London. We're sorry we don't have any more pictures of London, but when you pass over it at 300 miles an hour, you don't get to see too much. However, you will get to see the Hyde Park and a few of the highlights as Bob looks out the window in a bit of turbulence and points out the scenic sights below. The right copy flight. Our passengers were settled in the back seat, but they were a little unnerved. Hyde Park stretches far out below. And the post office tower soars by. We found that London is truly a big city. So we enjoyed the few hours we spent downtown and hope to get back again. Quick glimpse of the tower, and we turn right and head towards Gatwick. Jane and Judy, get ready for our Gatwick arrival. And I am especially thrilled at this phase of the trip. It isn't everybody that gets flown in a beautiful turboprop plane like this to meet their Freddie Laker $108 transatlantic special. Bob lines up on the runway at Gatwick and will soon be taxiing into the terminal. Yes, this was a trip never to be forgotten. The sight of the English soil will be frozen in memory. Certainly a thrill and an adventure, never to be duplicated. Gatwick is a secondary airport, and there we're passing by the big DC-10 Laker SkyTrain, which will convey us back to New York. Our fare was at $108, plus a couple of dollars more for lunch and some wine in a plastic cup. Those that travel on the Concorde get their wine in cut crystal, slightly different. Yes, Bob really gave me great service, was even carrying my bag into the terminal, and they even waited to make sure that my ticket on Laker was good for the trip. And then came the sad part as I watched H1877 taxi away and leave me